Let me start the recording. Record this for prosperity. All right, you should have the screen now, Dan.
Can you see me?
Yeah, good to go.
The outline?
Yes.
All right, sweet. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started here. Welcome to the first FB Memberships live webinar. And Jay and I are excited to be here and just walk you through this. There's been some new changes with Facebook over the past few months, so it wasn't covered in the FB Memberships 1.0. So we're going to walk you through the first, which I call the create content stage, and then connecting, because it is social media, so you need to connect with people so that they can see your product, your membership site, and you can get them into your sales funnel. So this is just a short outline, and then we'll be covering how to capture their attention and how to close them into your sales funnel and your membership site on the other live webinars. So if you have any questions, go ahead and, or throughout the webinar, go ahead and type them in, and then Jay will let me know, or we will answer them at the end. So to get started, we're going to cover create content, which you need to know all the different sizes for the banners. And I uploaded a link in the group with that, and if you do not have it, let me know and I'll put it in the file section. And the first size you need to know is your header for your Facebook page. Hold on, Jay, do you want to say anything before I get into this?
No, go ahead, Dan.
Sorry about that, I just jumped right in. But yeah, the first dimension you really need to know is for your Facebook page, and that's the header. So, and that is 851 by 315, and we're going to post the link for all the sizes again in the group. So if you did not get that, it will be posted after this webinar. If you do not know what I'm talking about, the header or the banner image, it's this image right here, and that's 851 by 315. And to upload an image or change a banner image, you just come, this is on your Facebook page, remember, not the group or the membership. You just come over here to the image and click change cover. And then if you want to change the image, you just click upload photo, find the photo you want, and see, this one is a lot bigger because it was in the group. So you want to make sure you have your dimensions right, which are, again, 851 by 315. But I'm going to go ahead and cancel this. That's how you would upload your Facebook page banner. And then the next size we want to cover is the secret tab size. And that is 111 by, do you have the document pulled up? Let's see, I gotta find it. Sorry about that, guys. I'm going off of memory. I think it's 111 by 74.
I've got your Word document open and it doesn't state it there.
Yeah, I have a different document with all of them.
Well, that'll be posted in the group, so we don't have to worry about that. I think you're right. I think it's either 111 by 74 or 77. I can't remember exactly.
Yeah. All right, to change your custom tab, you would just, well, first off, if you haven't installed the static HTML iframe app or tab, you need to do that. And to do that, you just come up to your search bar and type in static, and it'll pop up, and you just click this right here and click Add Static HTML to Page. And then once you click that, it's going to add the app to your Facebook page. And then when you come back here, you're not going to see it. It's not going to be in your apps here. You have to go up to Edit Page, Manage Permissions, and then go over on the left and click Apps, and then find the static HTML iframe app. And then you just click Edit Settings. And since I've already installed it, I have different options right here. But on this right here to say Available, and you just click Add. And then you click OK. And once you do that, it will install it on your page, and you will have a star right here or right here showing that you have that app on your Facebook page. And then to edit it, you just do the same thing. Go up to Manage Permissions, Apps, Edit Settings, and then right here you can, because when you first install it, it's going to say Welcome as the custom name, and you can type in your own custom name. So I name this FB Memberships. And then if you want to change to a custom photo and use the dimensions that we were talking about, 111 by 74 or 111 by 77, you just click Change right here. And then you can change your photo, because it's going to be a default star. So you just click Change, you find the photo, and it inserts it in there for your custom tab. Pretty simple. It's just getting the steps down. All right, what's next?
Dan, what do you usually go through to edit your pictures and host your pictures?
Oh yeah, it's on here. I have Photoshop, so I use that, but sometimes I use, which I have listed on the outline, PhotoBucket, Gimp, or Pixlr. And you can just Google those and then find them. But PhotoBucket's a free image hosting and editor software, which is pretty sweet. They just made an update, and you can really do a lot of cool things with PhotoBucket. And you can host all your images there. So if you want to host them there and then get the links and put on your website, it'll help keep your website running faster, which helps in the end with search engines. But if you're just hosting them there for Facebook, that'll work out too. And the good thing about PhotoBucket, which I listed that on here, is if you're using the static HTML iframe app and you really don't know HTML, when you upload a photo, it gives you the HTML code. So you can just copy that code, and it has your photo and a link in there back to PhotoBucket. You can just edit that PhotoBucket link and put your website or your Facebook app sales page, wherever you want your custom tab to go or an image on your page, you can send it there using that HTML, and they give it to you. So if you do not know HTML, PhotoBucket's pretty sweet for that.
That's awesome.
Okay, I covered the page uploading banners, the thumbnail, which is your custom app. Oh, sorry about that. No, your thumbnail is your profile, or they call it your profile pic, which is, okay, is right here. I got to get that document. I don't have them all memorized. See, we're not perfect. I always keep cheat sheets, so you can just reference them and then throw in your dimensions. I mean, it takes a while to get them down because there's so many, or Facebook always makes changes. So that's why I always have cheat sheets.
All right, guys. Well, Dan's looking for that document. Does anybody else have any questions? Anything about the content that they went through? So far? Running free membership sites on Facebook is pretty awesome, isn't it?
Yes. Oh, there it is. There it is. Alrighty. Do you have any questions right now? If not,
No, no questions so far.
all right. To recap on some of the sizes, the banner header image is 851 by 315. And then I call it the thumbnail or the profile image. This right here, you can see I just threw one in there. This is 180 by 180. And then your custom tabs are 111 by 74. So I did have that right. And like if you want to expand a big photo, it goes up to 403 by 403. That's as large as you can put in a regular status box. So like this, the largest you could go would be 403 403. Now, if you want to highlight your status, you can put a larger image in it up to 843 by 403. And to highlight a certain status, all I would do is click this star right here, and it expands it across my page.
Okay.
And this comes in handy for drawing attention to, say, your sales page or something that you really want somebody to see. You put a nice graphic on there with a link, and it's going to stand out. And then you can also pin, which I was going to cover this later, but I'll go ahead and cover it now. You can also pin something to the top of your page, so it stays up there for 7 days. So if it's something really important, like, hey, I'm launching a course or my product or my membership in 7 days, get in now or the price is going up, you can pin that to the top of your page and it'll stay for 7 days. So every time someone lands on your Facebook page, they will see that post. And to do that, you just come over here to the little pencil, the edit, and click pin to top. Now every time someone comes, it's going to be the first thing. The only bad thing about that is you cannot have a highlighted status pinned. So say I pin this, I can't highlight it and make it expand across the top. You can expand one that isn't pinned, but the pin status cannot be highlighted, if that makes sense. Alrighty. Another size that we need to cover is the tab page, and that is this area right here, which is 810 in width, and then you can go unlimited. So 810 wide. Pull up this. Covered the thumbnail, and some tips on using your thumbnail image. You want to put your product image, like if it's a boxed product, put a nice, box image up there of it, or a package, whatever it is, something that stands out for what your product is, if it's not already up on the banner. And then you can also put just a picture of you if you're branding yourself, or if it's a coaching program or something like that, or just something off the wall and interesting just to draw people in, or if it complements your banner. And then custom tabs, we went over that. And then now the group image. Which is pretty much the same as the page. Which I thought I had it opened. Here we go. So this is the group banner, and right now I have this one up, and if I took it off, it would show the top or the last 8 people that have been active in your group. So if I were to remove it, you just come up here and hover in the corner, change group photo, say I remove this, okay, it shows the last 8 active people. And this just, it rotates. So if someone that isn't up here comments or likes something in the group, their photo would come up here. So this is what it would look like.
We have a Dalmatian in our group. That's awesome.
Yeah. I wonder if she's on. She said she was going to try to stay up. It was 1 a.m. her time. I forget where she was from. Let's see, right here, 1 a.m. But this is what it would look like when you first create your membership or your AKA Facebook group, and then you just come up here, click this little icon, upload a photo or choose from group photos, and then it inserts it in, and now it looks like, you know, a professional membership site, and then you have all your tabs right here. Something I added yesterday, which I hadn't put in there, which I didn't think was a big deal, was a description of the group, because it was going to be a closed group or a secret group. I was like, I don't need a description up there. But we started getting people that was trying to get into the group because it is marked as closed. And if it's closed, that means anybody can see who's in the group, and they can see the description of the group and the header and all that, but they cannot see the post or anything inside the group. And so what they were doing is they were finding it through Facebook or seeing us post about it in other channels and coming to the what I call the front page of the group, or the door of the membership site, and they were requesting to get in. But what I would do is double check to see if they paid through PayPal, and if I do not have a receipt or anything like that, I would just go ahead and send them a message and say, this is a premium group, you have to pay, go here. So I went ahead and added a description and put a link to my landing page tab where they could, you know, see the video and then go purchase it from the Warrior Forum. So if you have a sales link and you have a closed group for your membership site, make sure you put a link in here, so if people are showing up and they want to know what it's about, you can put your link there and get them into your funnel. So I thought that was a pretty cool, you know, technique that I didn't have up there. So make sure you're doing that. And the difference between closed and secret is, like I said, closed, people can see who's in the group, but they can't get in or see the post in the group or the content. And a secret group is people can't see that it exists. They can't see the content at all. They can't see who's in it. They can't, it's like it does not exist, only to the members. But if you mark a group secret, people have to be your friend to invite them, because if you give them a link to the group, it's going to say this does not exist when they go to it. And the reason I have it marked as closed is because we have it live in the Warrior Forum, and we have to send links or send people to the group to request to join. Now, if I would have marked it secret, I would have to personally friend everybody that purchased on the Warrior Forum or bought off the Warrior Forum. So it's easier to just mark it closed, and then so you can invite anybody, and then once you're done accepting your members, or you have your cutoff day, whatever it is, go ahead and change it to secret, which that was covered in 1.0. All right, got off on a tangent there, huh?
Yeah, Dan, let me cover a couple of these questions John's been having for the rest of the group. I've been answering them in the chat. He's talking about the upcoming Facebook changes, whether they should wait till the changes. And if you wait on Facebook to settle on something, you're going to be waiting forever.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook's always going to be tweaking and changing things. I don't see them switching from their timeline format to something else. We've been running groups basically in Facebook. We've only been doing the membership sites for about a year now, but we've been running groups in Facebook since, the beginning of time. And the only thing that's really ever changed is, some of the ways they set up their tabs. They're always changing the sizes of their banners. It's little things like that. They're not going to change anything that's gonna break your group or your membership site. Because if they did something like that, it's going to alienate all the Facebook. Facebook runs on pages and on groups, and so yeah, they're going to change little things here and there, but they're not going to change anything that's going to preclude you from making money with this method.
Oh, does he know any upcoming changes for sure? Because
No, I think there's
I
just
do have a link. I actually found this in the Warrior Forum, and it shows you Facebook upcoming changes. So if you're worried about them, you can see what they're going to change. They calendar it out. Let me find that link, and I'll give it to you guys. But it's
yeah, I've
pretty
got it
sweet. You
too.
can keep an eye on Facebook.
When I signed up for my developer account in Facebook,
Yeah, yeah, it gives you the link. Uh,
I think you just go to developer.facebook.com. I'll check. I've got another window open here. I'll drop the link in the chat.
Here it is. It's roadmap. That's what it is. Developer roadmap. I can't drop a link, can I? But here, can you see that? As you can see right here, September 5th, they have a change coming up. October 3rd, November 7th, and it just maps it out and shows you what they're changing. And that's developers.facebook.com/roadmap. That's a little cool tip for you.
Okay, I'll post that in the group.
All right. Yeah, I forgot to give you the size for the group or your membership where you're holding your content, and that is 801 by 250. So once again, that's 801 by 250, and that's this image right here. Oops, I don't want that. 801 by 250. And it's good to just throw some information in here. You can put your website, you can do whatever. They say that on your Facebook page or your personal profile, you can't have call to actions, or you can't have website, you can't have pricing information or anything like that because it'll get banned. But in the groups, we've experienced that they really don't care about that because it's a private group. So you can put your website, you can put upcoming webinars, you can put upcoming events, whatever you want. And so that's why I just put get started, and it points to the file. So if someone lands on here, they're like, where do I go? You should see that photo and just click get started and click the files to get started. Now say someone didn't understand, hey, click files. If they click the photo, make sure you throw a link in here too, which I have the old web or the MediaFire link in here, but you can see I have all the videos in here too. So that's a good little tip. So say they don't understand to click files, they can click your photo. If it says get started and they click that, you can follow the videos. So if I opened up this video, it opens it up, and then I put the information for the next video right here in the description so they can go to the next one instead of going back. So that's a great tip just to follow along the content. All right, any more questions right now?
No, not so far.
All right, group. Upload your content, which I covered that in detail on all the videos in 1.0, so I'm not really going to go over that. Where you can upload to the wall photos and your files, and it's all in detail in the video, so go and just check those out. The only difference is the files tab. They used to not have that. You can see that in the videos when I recorded last December. But the files tab is pretty awesome because you can upload PDFs now. So that's an awesome feature. And the largest is a file that you can upload is 25 megabytes. So if you have something larger than that, you need to break it up and put it up there. You can also put zip files. So it's pretty awesome.
Me take a quick poll of the group. What kind of content are you guys planning on using in your sites? If you just go ahead and chat, type it in the chat box or the question box there.
And if you're,
what kind of space are you guys in? What kind of niche? What kind of verticals? What are you planning on doing with your membership sites?
And remember, the possibilities are endless. So if you're not really clue on how to make money on Facebook, you can do pretty much anything. I mean, coaching, private label rights content, um, paid mastermind groups, premium video groups, shoot, one-off product groups, paid membership monthly groups. I mean, the list is endless.
Yeah, we had a girl that I don't know over what time period so far, but she's made like $8,000 with
Hmm.
a scrapbooking. She sells like a $21 or $27 scrapbooking like ebook membership where she
Yeah.
drops tips and hints and
Yeah, scrap, man, if you find a hot niche, I mean, it's easy to make money on Facebook anyway, but if you find a rabid niche, it's crazy. Um, I just had something I was gonna say. I forgot. Yeah, Jay twisted my arm to get up this early. I'm usually rolling out of bed right about now, and that's 11:30 Eastern time.
I had to get up earlier than you.
Yeah,
I'm in a different
but
time zone.
I know. I'm not really a morning person because it seems like I work better and I get in a zone at night and I just start pounding out stuff and it's like I can't shut off and then I end up sleeping pretty late in the day. So this is a rare occurrence, but it's good. We get to interact with you guys and give you some
Yeah,
valuable
well,
content.
I had told him that I would probably try and rotate these webinars so people in
Hmm.
different, we've got
Yeah,
some
different
guys
time
from
zones.
Australia and
And
some guys from
Sweden.
Sweden. Yeah, so everybody can have a chance. But of course, we're going to record these and throw them up in the group and um, put them all over so you guys can access them.
All right. You want me to go ahead and keep
Yeah, go
going
ahead.
or?
Yeah, go ahead. I'll
All right, the
talk to you.
next thing in the create and content section, which can also go with the connecting section, is scheduling posts. And this feature is freaking fantastic. And if you haven't noticed this, this is a gem for you because everybody in the past was looking for some kind of software that they could automatically post to their Facebook page and or their profile, and Facebook finally lets you do it. And people were using, Hootsuite, uh, Market Me Suite, all these different social 2.0 platforms to try to schedule their post, and they were having a hard time until recently. Facebook was letting them, but now Facebook lets you use their platform to schedule posts and schedule content, and it does not let your audience or your market know that you scheduled those. So it looks like you personally went in there and posted at a certain day and time, and you can go down to a certain minute. Yes, it is possible, and it's freaking awesome. So I'm going to show you how to do that. It's really, really simple. It's just a lot of people overlook it. If you let me find my tab. The only which they haven't came out with it yet, but I'm hoping they will, is they if they do it in the group. Now that's going to be pretty awesome if they let you schedule in the group. But right now it's only for Facebook pages. And here it is. So if I want to schedule something, say, and they only let you schedule out 6 months, which 6 months, that's awesome. You can schedule
That's a
your
pretty long
content,
time.
yeah, for 6 months. And I've heard people say that videos do not work, which I tested it last night because I was only doing content, but you can schedule a video to post on your wall. I didn't wait for it to post, which I should have, but if you guys go test this out and it doesn't work, let me know. But it was working for me last night. I scheduled it. It said it was going to go out. I just didn't wait on it to post it. I think it's scheduled to go out tomorrow.
Yeah,
But
let me
to do it,
let me drop a little tip there that I've been researching. I've been researching a lot into viral YouTube stuff and video
Oh
marketing.
yeah.
Always been really interested in video marketing. And the way I would do it, and again, this is one of those tweaks that might only make 2% difference or 3% difference. So it's not like the Pareto 80-20
Yeah.
rule. It's just a minor tweak, but a lot of people are having uh, minor success, a minor additional success using YouTube video posted onto their Facebook. So they're getting the viral effect from Facebook and
Oh yeah.
YouTube both instead of just uploading their video into Facebook on its own. But I
Oh
would
yeah.
do both. Honestly, it never hurts. I mean, you can't get hurt for duplicate content with video.
No. Yeah, that's what I usually do on my niche sites or my other businesses because I have some network marketing businesses. But I'll upload all my videos to YouTube, and then I'll come and upload all the individual file videos to Facebook, so people can embed from Facebook or YouTube. But like you said, it, if you haven't heard of the term, uh, I just went blank. Um, what's it called? Social. Help me out, Jay.
What is it?
uh, they're giving a ton of weight to social platform interaction. I can't think of the term. I cover this every day, it seems like. But if you post or you embed a YouTube video on your Facebook and you're driving traffic from your Facebook page with that YouTube video on it to YouTube, YouTube is giving you more weight and rank with that video because you're getting traffic from another huge social network.
Yeah,
Social signals, that's what it's called.
yeah,
Their social signals are becoming huge. So if you interact between your social channels and you're driving traffic from one social channel to another social channel, that other social channel is giving that video or content a lot of weight and rank. So make sure you're trying to take advantage of that if you want to drive traffic, which later in the webinars I'll cover a little about getting some traffic today, but in the other webinars, we'll go in more detail on how to really drive traffic to your content or your membership. Thanks for bringing up that video marketing.
Again,
Uh,
guys, there's no really right way or wrong way to do this. You really just start putting as much content out there as you can, and test it. It's hard to say what's going to work for one niche or one market that's going to work for another. Um, I can tell you for sure the one way to fail is to not do anything.
yeah, action creates success. Just
Right.
take action. But all right,
Massive imperfect action.
yeah, yeah. Oh, I've spent years doing that, but hey, you learn a lot. So back to this fantastic, this option. I mean, this gave me chills when I came across this. I swear it did. But so say I want to make a post. Hey y'all, just hey y'all, hope you're having a great day. What's something you want to learn today? Now I can schedule this out. You just come right over here. Once you start typing or click on status, it'll pop up these little icons where you can make it public or make it to your friends or whatever. But this is a page, so it just says public. But you can show your geographical location right here. This is the meat and potatoes right here. Schedule or backdate your post. They let you backdate it, which I don't see what the big purpose is. I guess mainly if say you weren't very active in your group or your membership. If you're driving this to your membership, say you started it and you just took like 6 months off, and then now you're charging like $497 for a product which you haven't been posting about at all. Well, you can backdate posts to fill in those missing dates. So that's pretty valuable too. I'm surprised they put that in there actually. But right here, you just click the little clock icon, and you're going to get this. And I'm glad I didn't go ahead and set this up, because this is the first thing you're going to see. I have not distinguished or told Facebook when I started secret memberships or when it was founded. You have to distinguish a date before you can post or schedule dates. So I'm going to go ahead and add this in. It was founded 2012, month, let's say, well, actually it was 2011, December, add day. It was right around Christmas Eve when I started really digging into membership sites.
That figures.
Yeah. It was like around the holidays, it seems like I get a ton of ideas. I don't know why. So click save. Oh, I didn't copy that. Oh well. I'm just going to make a sample post. Hey, hope you're having a good day. Oh, I'll just type it down. And then just click the clock icon right here, add a year, 2012, add a month, let's say August, let's just say tomorrow, 19th, add hour, let's say 8 a.m. You know I won't be up at 8 a.m., but hey, they don't know that, so you can post throughout the day. And the good thing about that is you can kind of target when people are on Facebook. If they're going to work, target before they go to work. Target around the lunch hour when they're on their phones or on their computers checking Facebook, and then target when they get home. That's a really good tip to really hit your audience. And it's awesome because you don't have to be there and you can target for them. And this right here, that's a software that I was just testing out. It's Buffer. It lets you automatically post to your pages or your profile, but it says that it was posted from Buffer, and so that's what was all the big downfall in the past softwares, was it told you that it was posted from an automation software, and Facebook really wouldn't. Facebook was taking away we always use the word weight from your ranking or showing in news feeds. So if you're using automation software, most likely you were not showing up in a lot of people's news feeds because they knew it wasn't you posting. It was the software. So this new feature is freaking awesome in that regard. And then you can add a minute if you want. Let's say it goes down to tens. Let's say 10. And then schedule. And then it pops up and it says it's been scheduled. And you can view it in your activity log. Now, right now, they do not give you the option to edit your scheduled post, but you can just delete it and start over. You just copy it, just copy and paste, delete it, and that's right here. You can change the time or publish now, but you cannot edit the post. So you would have to cancel the post, then go back and schedule a new one if you made a mistake. So that's pretty much it. And just to change the time, you just come in here and redo it. That is freaking valuable in itself right there. And that when that came out, I was like, holy crap. This will benefit people running Facebook memberships like no other, because you can automate your whole sales funnel if you want. Because you have this scheduled going out with content, quality content, getting people to your page, sharing your content, and then driving them to your custom tab where your sales page is, which has your buy button on there. You drive them to your checkout cart. That directs them to your Facebook group, and then that's the only time you have to step in and you say, okay, I have a new member. Did they pay me? And you get a notification on your phone that they join or request to join. You get if you have a smartphone, you get an automatic notification from PayPal if you're using PayPal saying, hey, you just received a payment from so-and-so. You double check the two, you accept them, you have a paid membership. It's freaking fantastic.
Yeah, I tip guys on like how many posts, the post a day on your feeder sites, like your fan page, or if
Mm-hmm.
you're driving them from your personal page. I'd say we've probably went through $5,000 or $6,000 or more of Facebook courses and social media
Oh
courses
yeah.
of Don Crowther's and Amy Porterfield's.
Mm-hmm.
And the typical consensus is you want to about the maximum post on Facebook is about 5 to 10 a day, and they say their post gets the most traction in the morning before people go to
Mm-hmm.
work, or they check it right when they get to work. So about 7 o'clock in the morning. Again, right around lunchtime, so 11 to noon, and again at night when they get home from work, so around 5, and then again before people go to bed, are typically the 4 times that people are really active on Facebook. I do kind of have a problem with that. I mean, you look at this webinar. Um, it's 10:40 for me right now. It's 11:40 for Dan. We've got people that it on that it's 7 o'clock at night. We've got people on that it's in the AM for them right now, like 2 a.m. So Facebook's global unless you're using this for local. I just try and evenly space my posts out through the day. I don't
Yeah.
really worry about that so much.
Yeah, exactly. Me personally, I would not, Jay gave you a stat on 5 to 10. I would not post 10 times on your Facebook page because if you're posting quality content, which you should be to engage your users, you want to post maybe 3 to 5, and that's the sweet spot. 3 to 5 posts a day, and make it really quality content. You could even throw in a little personal. They say you really shouldn't be marketing on Facebook, and it should be a 90-10, 90-10 rules, like uh, giving content, helping people learn, but you can throw in 10% sales, like, hey, buy my stuff or check this out. So that's just a little tidbit of just to keep in mind. Maybe shoot for 90-10, 80-20 sometimes, hey, and post 3 to 5 times per day. And then just to throw in Twitter, which is another topic that everybody asks about, you want to post that is around 10 to 18 times a day. That's tweets going out. And if you want to automate Twitter, you have to get a software or use that buffer software that I covered. It's free and it's really simple to use. So you might want to check that out. Just a side note. And I wouldn't suggest, some people say, hey, link your Twitter account to your Facebook page so it posts when you make a tweet. Do not do that. Do not do that. Because it just makes clutter, confusion for your audience and your members. If you want to link your Twitter to your Facebook page, then go ahead and create a custom tab with the Twitter app. And there's a ton out there. You just search Twitter app up here, install it, and then connect your Twitter account to your Facebook page. Your tweets will show up here. And it doesn't get in the way of your quality content that you should be delivering to your market. So if I start talking about something you don't want to hear about, just tell Jay or type in the box to tell me to shut up because I usually go off on stories or tangents. I just get excited about this stuff. It's freaking awesome. I love it. But all right, back to the outline. All right, scheduling posts. That was freaking fantastic. All right, the second one, the second huge thing you got to do, you have to connect with people. You have to find people that want to know about your stuff. The hardest thing to do is to try to sell something to someone that does not want it. Why would you want to do that? Find the people that is already wanting to buy the stuff you have. That is the easiest way to land somebody. So connect with the people that already want what you have. And it's called social media, so you have to be social. And that's where the quality content posting comes in, just being there for people, delivering content. Use the question, I call it the survey creator, to find out what people want. Take polls. Say, what would you want to talk about this week? And list a few things. And then whatever your audience is selecting, talk about that and teach on that if it's in your market. And you're really going to start pleasing your audience and develop that rabid following that just want to consume your content like crazy. So get out there and be social.
Yeah, John
And
asked a great question about content,
mhm.
and the rule is it depends. I love doing video, but the couple things that I've tried to do on Facebook, they seem to like stuff like polls and pictures better.
Mhm.
That stuff gets shared more and gets more traction. Um, the
Yeah, I was
only
going to cover a whole bunch of that in the capture webinar. That'd be webinar number 2 or 3.
Okay. I just touched base real quick. I would try and find a popular Facebook page that's
Oh
in
yeah.
that covers your topics, your niche, whatever, and find out what they're doing and just look through their posts and see what has the most likes and the most shares, and just start copying them until you start getting your own statistics, and you'll see whatever starts working, you focus on that and drop the stuff that doesn't work.
Yeah, definitely. To touch on that, yeah, it's coming up, which is called this is touching on a few ways to get some traffic to your page. It's called wall jacking or thread jacking, and the whole term jacking has came became popular in the past few months or last year. Like people say, you're jacking my swagger, or you're swagger jacking, things like that, or you're just kind of copy somebody. And with this, like Jay said, find a very popular page. Like if you're in internet marketing, go find like Eben Pagan or um, Frank Kern, somebody's page like that. And if you're teaching something, along those lines, you want to be yourself if you want, and so they can come back to your personal profile and see what you want to do. If you want to relate as, say, a marketing coach or something like that, make sure you're going as your personal profile on Facebook. Or if you have a personal fan page, meaning you're a public figure as a marketing coach, then act as your public figure Facebook page, which I'm going to show you how to do that here in a minute. But you go to these pages and you interact with those pages, and they get, I mean, thousands upon thousands of comments, views, likes. And what you do is you go to their page and you start liking other people's contents. And when you do that, they're going to be like, who's this Dan Howard? Or who's this FB memberships? And they're going to click through, and it's going to take them to Facebook, and then they're going to see your content. And if they're engaging or engaged from your content because you're in that same market, they're going to like your page or check you out even more. So it's really valuable to just go and just, jack some people's walls. It's just like jacking their fans. But it's really, if you, sorry about that, my phone's on. Um, it's really just joining the conversation and sharing what you have. So I wouldn't be like annoying about it and like every single post or every single comment, but just go through there and do random likes or random comments, and you're going to start getting traffic to your page. Now, to do that, you just want to switch, which it's not, you have the voice feature right here. If you did not know, it says voice, and it says you are posting, commenting, and liking as secret memberships. Now, if I want to change to Dan Howard, then down here, it'll be myself posting as Dan Howard. And depending on your settings, posts from individual people will show up over here on the right and not in your main area, but people could still see the individual post. But what you want to do if you want to go comment on say a huge say if you're in self-development and you want to go comment on Tony Robbins' page, or use the wall jacking content or technique or thread jacking, you want to come up to edit page and then use Facebook as secret memberships. Now, if I do that, you can see right here it switched from my personal image of my profile to my page. Now, if I go to, say, Tony Robbins, well, that's quotes. I think his is Anthony Robbins.
Got a couple people that's liked his page.
I'm secret membership right here. So if I come down here and like his page, or like, say, thanks, Tony, it's been years. I don't know, find something that you know you want to like, or you can just go through and just start liking like crazy. You know, I wouldn't be too annoying and liking every single person's comment, but go through and mix it up. And you can do this with like some of the big leaders or niche, you know, small niche markets. Whatever you do, you're going to drive traffic because people, they're attracted to content, or if they're in love with a niche, they're going to come check you out. You're going to get likes, you're going to get fans, and when you get more fans or more likes, that is more eyeballs on your product, your membership, and then their friends see that they liked it, which it could, the social aspect, the viral aspect, these are the viral memberships. It will spread across their friends, and then if their friends like it, their friends will see it. So that's why you got to keep posting, and that's where the scheduled posts come in, because there's something called edge rank, which we will cover later in the other webinars. You do not want to miss that. There's a quality score on a Facebook page. It's kind of like it's weighted on certain things you do on your Facebook page and certain actions that happen on your Facebook page. They will show you more in your news feed, or in your news feeds of people that like your page. And so with that, you need to make sure every post has an action, or you're trying to get engagement. So you want them to like your post, you want them to share a photo, check out, you know, a link or something. Make them take action. Always list that in a status update, and you're going to show up more in news feeds. So we'll cover that in depth on later webinars, and so you do not want to miss that. So stick around, or make sure you show up, or we'll post it in the group on the replay. All right. That was wall jacking, thread jacking. Pretty simple, but very, very powerful. Any questions on that?
No. A lot of
All
people
right.
are having, that's awesome, light bulbs. Makes sense.
Awesome. Awesome, awesome. All right, and like I said, join the conversation, and you can even find groups. Search groups on your niche or related niche or your market, and what your audience is liking. You can do some keyword research, which we're not really going to get into. You know, if you guys want to cover that or want us to cover that, we can do it in later webinars, or put out just a small video on going over keyword research and post it in the group. But you can find different topics related to your main market or your main product niche, and so you can supplement your main product with content on this other one, drawing that smaller niche into yours. So it's very valuable to join in on the conversation. I mean, don't just go in and sell, you know, try to sell your stuff. You want to go in and just join the conversation. You add value, and people are going to start, they're going to be attracted to you because you're becoming a leader or someone that is engaged in that group and know what they're talking about. So if you do not come off pushy or salesy, and you're just, you know, sharing content, sharing value, people are going to be attracted to you and want to be a part of your what's called a tribe or audience, and then they're going to eventually buy from you. So that's one technique. Join the conversation, join pages, you know, just dig in. And then the next one is have your product or membership page as your occupation on your personal profile. I see so many people not doing this, and it's a very, very valuable piece of real estate. I mean, it's really important. If you're not doing this, it's because you have no clue on how to do it, or you just you don't want people to know what you're doing. You don't want them to know you're a marketing coach, or you sell products on Facebook, or you have, I don't know, you have some of the people you do not want people to know. But your occupation is very, very valuable, and it's a technique where you can drive them to your fan page or whatever page you want them to go to. That's what you got to do. But I'm not going to tell you how to do it because it's too valuable. You got to figure it out on your own. I'm just kidding. Do they want to know that? Or do they already
Nobody
into
said
that?
anything. Wait, hold on.
All right, I'm not going to tell them.
Says how many occupations can you list? Somebody asked.
You can
If,
list as many as you want, but only one's going to show up. It's going to
right.
be your
If
latest one.
yeah, if somebody goes to the about you, it'll show. It'll
Yeah,
look
it
just like
shows
a
all of them.
resume, basically.
Yeah,
But
which is it's pretty awesome too.
only your most current one shows under your banner and all that.
Yeah, it sounds like they know how to do it. So you just go in, you list your occupation, and you make sure you put, what your name is or what your page name is in there, and you just if you want whatever you want listed, just make sure it's the last thing that you've worked at or whatever. So and
Yeah,
that's
and
it.
don't look at my guys because it still shows a membership site that we launched like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So don't model me on that one.
But yeah, you can switch it up. Sometimes I go in, say you're launching a new product, switch it up and put your new product and have it right there, and maybe drop a little link or a video on your personal profile saying, "Hey, I'm delivering this free content. It's about something I've been working on. If you want to check it out, check it out. If not, that's okay. Thanks for visiting." And then also people are going to, see that valuable piece of real estate under your name because most likely anybody that lands on your personal profile they see what you do. They check out, see what you do, or check out your about section, and it'll show up right there. Very valuable. And there's so many people. I mean, that right there. You could go land local clients just with that little piece of information. You could go to a local client and be like, you don't even have if they even have a Facebook page to begin with, because guess what, guys, you can use this technique, this whole FB memberships for local clients. Yes, and it's awesome. But you could
Anybody
land
here?
client.
Anybody here mess with doing any offline marketing or local marketing for businesses? That's really how Dan and I. Well, I can't say that's how we got started because I don't think either one of us started out
Oh no,
with
no, that was
that.
probably my shoot.
Probably our third careers.
Yeah. Well, it was probably the third or fourth thing on like internet marketing, local marketing that I was involved in because I've been doing this for what, 8 or 9 years now, Jay. I don't
Yeah,
know about you've been around the same, but it's like I've been all over every topic on the internet. But yeah, that's how we met though, was local marketing.
yeah.
We met at a conference out in San Diego, and that's very valuable too. We're getting off on a tangent, you know me, but if you can make it to a marketing event or some kind of launch, like a big conference that is related to what you want to do or you're in love with, then go to them because that's where I know you probably hear everybody say it, but it's so true. You meet so many people and you network and you develop relationships and friendships, business friendships, and they just flourish and they develop into something great. Like Jay and I have created like 3 or 4 products together and we went on to make some good money. But get to events if you can. It is really, really awesome. I don't even know why we got on that. Oh, local clients.
Oh yeah,
Local
we've
clients.
had several people in here say that they're either
Yeah.
doing it or they're getting into it.
This is huge to supplement your local client base. I mean, just think what you can do this at a gym or what else is big that wants restaurants. They could have like a food club. I mean, and get discounts and they can have members that pay. Shoot, if a huge restaurant had members paying say a buck or two just a month, a buck or two a month to get discounts or just recipes or some how to create their favorite dish. Just imagine how many people, I mean, a buck or two, if you're a food lover or love that restaurant, you're going to pay a buck or two to get coupons for your favorite restaurant. But just imagine that restaurant getting two or three, 400 people paying a certain amount. They're going to get more than that. But just imagine the possibilities of local clients. It's huge. But you could land, like I said, you could probably land a local client just on their occupation real estate link. Even if if they don't have a Facebook page, that adds to your check that you charge them. You say,
Yeah,
hey, why don't you have your the most valuable piece of real estate working for you? And they're going to be like, what? And you'll be like, look, no one knows about your personal profile is not where you should conduct business. You should have a business page. Do you have one? Well, yeah. Well, why isn't it listed? I don't know. I don't know how to do that. Well, I can do it for this much. Do you have a Facebook business page? No. Well, I can create that for this. Bam. You got they're wanting to feed out of your hand.
yeah, and when I was doing the local marketing, I still do a little bit of local marketing. I didn't really get. I did start off doing some Facebook pages and some paid Facebook work, but
Mm,
Facebook was changing so much all the time. I started using Facebook and that kind of stuff more as a foot in the door because
yeah.
honestly, it only
Yeah.
takes like 5 minutes to set up
Hmm.
for a client. So you can just go to somebody. You can even do it ahead of time and be like, "Hey, I saw you didn't have your Facebook page set up the way it should have been. I took care of that for you. Would you like to get together and talk about X, Y, Z?" I mean, again, it kind of goes back to the whole thing that man, there's just there's 100 to 1,000 different ways to skin the cat.
Oh yeah, I mean this is powerful, powerful stuff, guys. Shoot, I might, you know what? If one of you don't already do this, I'm gonna come out with a WSO on how to do this all for local businesses. Just focusing on local businesses with Facebook memberships. Because just think, you can land a local client, build their face, or you could do it as a step in the door, like Jay said. But because it could take you, like you said, 5 to 10 minutes depending on how technical or whatever their field is, you could set up their Facebook page. I mean, 1 minute, if that. Set up their private group, and then uh, schedule. Sorry, Jay's sending me messages through Skype. Um, set up the scheduled post for them all in one day, and probably make 1,500, 2,500 bucks just on a Facebook page for that took you 1 day. Who would want $2,500 for 1 day's work that you set up for 6 months and it's all automated? How freaking powerful is that? And Facebook lets you do it now. And Facebook memberships will take your income to the next level. And we're here to show you all the tips and tricks to get that. And guess what? You got all of this for $7. That's pretty awesome, if I should say so. If you don't think you're getting very much value for $7, I'm sorry. If you don't want to stick around, we'll give you your money back. But we have so much more to cover with using this technique and more in the upcoming webinars. So stick around. All right, get off on the local customer rant. Sorry about that. I'm passionate about this. Like I said, I've been doing this for 8 or 9 years, and it's like I've learned all the nooks and crannies, and uh, just it's just I live and breathe online marketing and social media. It's like what I do. Like in my network marketing business, I mean, I leverage the heck out of social media and online marketing, and it is just one of the most valuable things. The internet is making business so much. People are earning millions of dollars, as you already know, on the internet every day, and you can start earning a crazy amount of income if you really put the techniques and strategies to work. Action creates success. Just do it. All right, off my rant. Have your product or membership page as your occupation, one of the most valuable pieces of real estate on your personal profile. And then you need to add friends and connect on Twitter, or I'm talking about Twitter because Twitter is one of the most underrated underdog platforms out there. And if you develop a huge following, and I would say automate this process because Twitter is what's the word, daunting, or like it's just kind of,
It could be a time suck for
yeah,
sure.
it's a time suck, annoying, but just automate it. But do not automate your tweets. I mean, try to put out something quality if you can. I mean, you can automate them every once in a while, but I wouldn't do it, 24/7. But you want to add friends on Facebook. Now, do not go and just start adding random people on Facebook, because guess what? Facebook will ban you, and they might ban you for life. Do not add random people. You can add people you do not know, but not just randomly, and I'll tell you how. Again, do not add random people. And some of you have probably experienced this. If you go and start adding a lot of people throughout the day,
I have.
they'll put a hold on your account, and you can't add any more people, or they'll say, hey, stop adding people or we're going to shut you down. They even do it on messages or status updates or adding people to a group or even liking. They will put a hold on some of your Facebook actions. So don't just go hog wild, running at this blindly. You got to have a method behind the madness. So adding friends, you want to find people that say, go in the search bar of Facebook. Facebook has a great search. They're getting a lot better at it. Go up in the search bar and search for people related to your market, your audience, and start looking at people that you want to connect with. If they're a big player in your audience and you want to build a relationship with them, then you go and you study their profile. You see what they like. You see what they're into. It's almost like Facebook stalking, if you will, but see what they're into. Then if they allow you to message them, most people have the message bar, but some people like really shut down their Facebook profiles as private and you can't message them. But most people have the message button where you could go ahead and message if you're not their friend. So find something out about them, something that you can click with them, or say you are from North Carolina and you moved and they live in North Carolina. You can hit them up and say, hey, I see you're from North Carolina. I used to live there. Hey, this was awesome. I like this restaurant, so-and-so. And just drop them a nice message and say, hey, I would like to, connect with you, but I wanted to, see if it was okay with you first. They're going to be like, what the heck? Heck yeah. Instead of some random person, adding them and be like, I don't know this person. They're going, they'll usually deny you. But if you sit there and drop and relate and bring up something that you click with them, most likely 9.9 out of 10, they're going to accept you. And then when someone accepts you in your audience, or you want to build them, and drive them to your page, or, JV with them, then you just keep building that relationship and posting your quality content on your page or on your personal profile, and they will start to notice, you. And because really, I've heard you're not selling a product, you're selling you, or you're selling a system. People don't care about a certain product. They want the system, or they want what you have. So you want to be engaging, you want to be relatable, and you want to really connect with somebody. Once you start connecting with people, your audience is going to grow. You're going to start getting some of their audience liking your page, and it's going to shoot up from there. So connect, be genuine, do not add random people or you will get banned. I have not been banned because I've done that like once. The most I've done it was maybe I added 10 or 15 people random on Facebook, but it was kind of like, what am I doing? I'm letting random people just see my life, because I'm usually open on Facebook. Like, I don't think I have any restrictions really. But
I've been
I
limited.
stopped.
I've been limited a couple times on Facebook,
Really?
but I actually don't use Facebook that much for personal stuff.
Yeah.
I'm a little maybe too much of a marketer.
hmm Back to adding friends, is connecting on Twitter. I would try to automate it. I used to use, I haven't used much of it anymore, was software called Market Me Suite. I think Jay used something else. There's a whole bunch out there. Like I said, Hootsuite, Market Me Suite, Social Oomph, things like that, where you can just use the free one, which I think Market Me Suite's free, and they have paid versions where you can just use Buffer for tweets, but you can automate direct messaging. So if someone or automatic following. So if someone follows you on Twitter, you automatically follow them back. And then if someone sends you a direct message, you can automatic reply back. But like that, I wouldn't really set that up, but you can set up a direct message for you. So if someone follows you, you automatically send them out a direct message like, hey, how's it going? Thanks for the follow. I really like, I like to connect with cool people. You want to connect on Facebook and give them your personal Facebook profile because people want to connect with you, not really your brand. You don't really slam your product in their face. You connect on a personal level first, and then you drive them to your brand or your product. So just a few tips on how to connect. Once again, do not just add random people. But that's pretty much it on covering up on this webinar. If there's any questions, I'll go ahead and take those. But we have so much more coming up in the future webinars, and I just can't wait to share it. As you already know, I'm very passionate about this, so I hope to see you on the other ones. And pretty much any questions?
Go ahead, Dan, and talk about a little bit what you're going to cover in the next webinar. Just
On the next one, the
the
next one will
50,000.
be is the capture. I had no method of this last night, like create, connect, capture, whatever. I was just sitting there. I was like, all right, what do I need? How should I walk them through this? Because I usually just do things on the whim, like I just go at it and start doing it. So, and I think Jay's the opposite. He'll sit there, he'll map it out like in depth. He showed me a mind map the other day, and oh my goodness, that thing went on for days. But anyway, I came up with create, connect, capture, close. So create your content, create your membership, connect with your people, and then now you need to capture their audience or capture their like or capture their attention. And I'm going to show you strategies and techniques on how to get this done, how to get people to your page, and it's going to go more on traffic too, because you want to capture that traffic. So we're going to cover getting traffic techniques to your page and your sales funnel, your custom tab. Because if you want to keep everything on Facebook, then we show you how to do that. A lot of the other big dogs or other marketers, they usually sell you a Facebook page or a Facebook product, but then they show you how they're doing it off of Facebook. So what's the point of showing you you're trying to sell you something to do it on Facebook, but they're not following it themselves? I
Right.
use all of Facebook. That's it. It's absolutely free, 100% pure profit, and that's what I want to do for you guys. But if you want to build a website and leverage that too, you can. We can answer those questions. I mean, I've spent years working with WordPress, and I remember the days where you had to manually install that sucker, and it sucked.
Yeah, I
If
did.
you never had to do that, you are so freaking lucky. But anyway, capture, we're going to go over traffic, we're going to go over capturing attention, what to post on your pages, like Jay touched on it briefly earlier, engaging pictures, videos, things that you need to post on there. And then I'm going to go cover, it's going to be a pretty, if I could say, badass webinar, but it's going to cover EdgeRank on how you can show up in other people's news feeds more, because most likely if you're not really being engaged on your page, no one is seeing your posts. Sorry to say, but we're going to cover that, and that's going to be freaking awesome. And then close, we're going to show you how to build out your sales page on the custom tab in depth, and some tips and techniques on using HTML or images on doing your sales page, which you could do your whole sales page as an image. How cool is that? But we're going to cover that on closing prospects into your sales funnel, and or whatever you're trying to sell. It could be coaching, could be network marketing, it could be scrapbooking like Jay said, but anything that you want to close them into, we're going to show you how to do that, and that's going to be a pretty sweet webinar too. And if we can't cover them all in the next 2 or 3, then we can add another one, but most likely we'll cover it in the next 3. And if it spills over into the last one, because the last one's mainly going to be a follow-up question, Q&A, or if you guys want to walk through, shoot, we could even do that if you guys wanted. If you wanted to build something from scratch, maybe go back into the group, because we want the group to be engaged. We want you guys to share your knowledge in the group. There hasn't been a lot of chatter in there, but start chatting, start, developing friendships and business relationships, JVs, say what you're doing. Uh, Now, don't go in there and just start. Maybe I need to post some rules, but don't go in there and just start trying to sell yourself. But go in there and add value, share content. But after this webinar, if you guys want me and Jay, because I'll probably bounce ideas off of him and we'll develop together. But if you guys want to build a membership from scratch and want us to show you that and go from there, just maybe bounce around some ideas on what topic or niche you want to go after, and we can start doing that, and we'll document the process. And then maybe at the end we'll give away to one lucky person. How about that? But anyway, close. Yeah, we'll go in depth on how to build out your sales funnel and how to do that whole process. So exciting stuff, and I love it.
All right, now here comes the pitch. Here's what we got to sell. No, I'm just shitting you guys.
No, I really do have something to sell, guys. It's it's not going to be that expensive. 1997, $1,997, because it's worth 20 grand. All right.
So you're giving $3 off.
Yeah, write this down. No, I'm just kidding. But we want to sell you. Like, we want you to get this knowledge, get our experiences, and really absorb it like a sponge, because we have years. I mean, I guarantee we know 95% of what the big dogs know. It's just we're not out there charging, the big money for it. And we probably should on some of this stuff, but we like to help people, and we like to really, mold people into internet marketers and help them change their lives and create an income for themselves. Because I do this full time. This is all I do. I'm sitting, to be honest with you, I'm sitting on a couch, or really it's like a modern day futon, one of those stylish futons, in front of my computer. That is no joke. If you go to my personal profile, you can probably see it in the studio. But anyway, that's a little tidbit. What was I going with that, Jay?
Lynn says he's on the beat.
I don't want to sell you just crap. As you notice, she got this for $7. Jay and I wanted to deliver valuable content and really, build up people that really want to make some money online without taking advantage of them. Like I said, if you don't think if you're not getting your $7 worth, request your money back and I'll give it back to you. But like I said, we got so much more coming.
Yeah, and that's really what the purpose of the live training is, because I don't really like putting content out there with videos or ebooks or I mean, I taught school as a teaching assistant in grad school, and I also taught like online classes, and I hated developing online classes because there wasn't any feedback. I couldn't tell what the students were getting or what they weren't getting. I mean, you can't, there just wasn't feedback. Obviously you have to have something for people to buy into, so we developed the content there, the videos and the PDFs and everything else. But really the main part of it is this here is the live training. So we can find out what you guys, are what you're doing well with, so we can share that with other people, what your hangups are, so we can try and cover that with, other people. This, at least to me, and maybe I'm just weird that way, but yeah, presenting and being on live training is what I like.
Yeah, that's Jay's cup of tea. And if you haven't noticed, I really don't like being on here. The only thing I didn't like was getting up early. But no, I really I enjoy live training and getting feedback. But to me is to scale your business like crazy, you want to automate some of the process. But Jay is freaking awesome at live trainings, and he's starting to get me into live trainings and do that, because I'm the opposite. I think that's why we complement each other's business styles, because he digs the online training, the online feedback and all that. I want to develop the automation system, but you can you play with both of them together and you have one badass business.
Yeah.
And that's what we're starting to build. And we're looking to, build relationships with all of you and maybe work with you guys on some of the projects in the future. So like I said, be engaged, or, create content or share your knowledge in the group and really start building relationships, because that's what it's all about. And because one day you're going to need someone to pitch your product or mail for you or just give you advice on something. But get in there, share your knowledge, share your advice, or ask questions. We're here to. That's why I like the Facebook, because the Facebook model is because you get instant notifications. If you haven't noticed, if someone posts, I usually answer or like right away if I'm not passed out sleeping from working all night. But I usually answer almost right away because it comes to my phone and I get an instant notification unless my phone's being slow because of the network. That's why I like this Facebook model, instant notifications, and you can be engaged. So if you have a question, I can answer it there. Now, sometimes I'm not going to be available, so don't get upset if I'm answering it all the time and then all of a sudden I'm not answering. It's just life happens. But I like the model of automation, but being
Yeah, man.
personal.
The
Go ahead.
Facebook groups, that just kind of made me think about something. When I started first trying to make money online, it's been over a decade ago. With Google AdSense, and
Mm-hmm.
I really didn't have any mentors. I didn't really get into a lot of classes. There were so many different people talking about different things and having
Exactly.
conflicting opinions. And one thing I really started doing is looking through all these forums, because forums were, I mean, they're still big, but they were huge back then, because that's
Oh
really,
yeah.
I mean, you had static websites or you had forums. WordPress, I don't even think was around back then.
Yeah.
So
Not
I
when I
actually,
started.
I actually tried to launch my own forum because I saw how these guys were making so much money in these forums, and it was a nightmare.
Yeah. I didn't even join forums because I really didn't understand how they worked back
Yeah,
then.
so Facebook groups is like, or even pages is
It was
like
golden.
the best of forums where you have the interaction and all the people coming in, and the automatic SEO and backlinks from people sharing stuff. But you don't have any of the negative headache of moderating and hosting and all that. I mean, Facebook takes care of all that for you.
That's another thing. Thanks for bringing that up. Hey, if you guys got to go, you can go, but we keep bringing up ideas or something I forgot. He mentioned forums and being on Facebook and doing all that. I'm going to cover a way to get people into your funnel too, and I didn't mention it earlier, is using free groups. You don't charge for it, but you have free groups and you invite people into that. And there's a way you can build your audience or build a list without having an autoresponder. So stick around for that. So you can pretty much mail or send a message, get the word out about your upcoming product. And so stick around for that, and it's going to be pretty awesome on the traffic webinar.
All right, any last questions or anything, guys, before we head off here?
Before I come up with something else to talk about.
We'll save a little bit for the next webinar.
Yeah, shoot, I could talk for days. It seems like once I get going, it's hard to shut me up. So I'm usually a quiet guy.
So, what's your next steps? What are you guys going to do next? Go ahead and type it in the question
Hey,
box there.
that's another good point. We want you to not just take this content, because I've done it so many times in the past. I've spent thousands and thousands and thousands on courses, and I'm not kidding. I've spent more money on courses than, I mean, living, like buying groceries. I'd rather buy a marketing course than eat. That's how much I love this. But do not just consume this content, take notes, and get involved in the group and webinars and not take action. That is the worst. I mean, it's just a bad feeling. And I did it for years and years and years. It was like, hey, I got to know everything before I take action. I have to know this step. I have to know that. No, just jump in and start doing it, and you're going to learn. So when we go over these webinars, what I want you to do is whatever we talk about in the webinar, go back and digest your notes or watch the recording if it's up and do what we talk about in that webinar. And if you do that throughout the whole process, by the end you're going to have a oiled and fine-tuned membership or product that you can start earning money on. So
Uh,
make sure you start doing the things that we are talking about because it's fresh. So right when we talk about it and you have questions, you post it in the group, and all of you can start commenting and getting more ideas because two minds are better than one. So you guys can throw, you could come up with an idea to leverage this some way we haven't even thought of yet.
yeah, and
So
I think
after the
I think
webinars, get in
Diane
there.
I think Diane just come up with an idea that it's
Awesome.
something that I've been doing on blogs and stuff, and I never really thought about it with Facebook. Um, I asked people what they were going to do for the next step, and she said she was going to search groups in her niche and communicate
Yeah.
with them, and that was kind of like how my brain fires together. Um, with blogs and email lists, we do what we call safe swaps. So, say I've got a list of 10,000 people, I look and I
Mm-hmm.
find somebody with a list of 5,000 people.
Yeah.
I reach out to that person in the same niche or a complementary niche, and I'll be like, "Hey, I see you got 5,000 people on your list," or let's say it's Facebook. I see you got 1,000 likes. I got around 1,000 likes on my page. I'd love for you to drop something in your group and say,
Yeah. Yeah.
hey, this person's got an awesome group, blah blah blah, and the next day, I'm going to do the same thing to your group, so we can
Excuse me.
swap each other's likes, swap each other's group. If you go out and find somebody with somewhere close to the same number of people that you have in your group or the same number of likes that you have on your page, if you make one of those a week, you're basically going to be doubling the size of your group or your Facebook page, every week.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's in the traffic section because it's traditional marketing. Like you said, we used to always do it with blogs, but yeah, it's huge. If you go look at some of the large Facebook pages that are like, say they're not in the limelight like big internet marketers, but say mommy blogs or mommy pages, they're freaking everywhere. But what they do is they go and contact another mommy page and they say, hey, I'll post to my fans. Do you have a deal going on or do you have a giveaway? And they have a giveaway. They'll post their giveaway on their mommy page and say, hey, go like this mommy's page and you can enter their giveaway. And they do that and they're getting thousands of fans each time. So yes, it's very, very powerful.
Uh, Peter asked a little bit about automation tools. I sent another message back to him, finding out exactly what he's wanting to automate, so we can
Mm-hmm.
narrow that down a little bit. Really, there's not a whole lot of this process you even really need to automate. I mean, there's really not a lot you need to add to the whole thing. I mean, Facebook's got built-in posting automation, so there's not really any other moving parts you need to buy.
Yeah, it's just your time, really. Well, other than the posting of pages, the only thing you have to do manually is, like I said, accept people in. And I think the Ben Adkins, that's his name, right?
Mm-hmm.
Released some kind of software. He says that automates it, which I really didn't check that out because I didn't want to pay $20 or $27 a month for a Facebook automated software. Which to me, I think it's something to do with like a development app just connect or approving them, or maybe it was off of Facebook. I don't know. I really didn't look into it. But that's the only manual thing you have to do, and that is not that hard. You could hire some young kid that you trust, that is, $8-10 an hour if you wanted, or even cheaper, to once a day. Or I wouldn't say, it depends on what you're doing. If it's a launch, you want to try to get people in there as soon as you can. But a few times a day to check out your receipts and pair them up with the people and let them into your group. But I don't think it's that big of a headache. I mean, if you're on the go, you can do it on your phone, and I have. That's another thing I'll cover in the later webinars, is the mobile aspect of it, which is, it's freaking amazing.
Man, this content's been awesome, guys. Is there any other questions? Anything else? Doesn't look like it. Dan, let's go ahead and wrap this up, and I will edit this and throw it up in the group or throw a link up to it somewhere. And we'll solicit some questions, and we'll start building some content for our next webinar, guys.
All right, sounds great. Hey, it's been fun, guys.
All right, see you guys later.
Have a good one.